Hello everyone, I'm Pastor Ron of Victory Church of Penticton. Today marks the 12 days till Christmas, and many traditions and activities with family and friends are not able to happen. Our team at Victory Church of Penticton want to take some time to shine a little ray of hope in your world as we share 12 short 3 to 5 minute reflections on various and different aspects of the Christmas story for each of us, up until Christmas Day. I hope God will bless you with His joy, peace, and hope this season as we celebrate the meaning of Christ during a unique time of the year and a historic pandemic event taking place. Let's begin. I will begin this journey looking at the unique aspect of light. Light has many qualities, but the main purpose or quality of light is to dispel darkness, as well as it causes growth and life in our world. For many, now they need a little light to dispel the darkness of grief, depression, and fear. Christmas is a time we celebrate a bright light shining in the darkness of humanity, as John's Gospel records in the first chapter. It says, "In the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God. God created everything through Him, and nothing was created except through Him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and His life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it." The light and the Word John is referring to is Jesus the Christ. Later on in the chapter it says that Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The Jesus coming into the world was a time of great darkness for the Jewish people. People oppressed under a religious regime and a military regime at the same time. The religious regime was, of course, their traditions, and the military regime was the Roman Empire. It was a great time of despair for most living in those days. Despair, poverty, and many things that our world is facing today. Isaiah 9, written over 700 years earlier, foretold this great event. It said this, "The people who walk in darkness will see a great light. For those who live in a land of deep darkness, a light will shine." The event was announced as recorded by the early historian Luke and doctor in the second chapter of his gospel, starting in verse 8. "In the same region there were shepherds staying out in the fields, keeping watch over their flock at night. And an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terribly afraid. But the angel said to them, 'Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy, which will be for all the people.'" Shepherds in many ancient cultures were known to be outcasts in their society, or the lowly of society. And yet God, the creator of heaven and earth, chose to announce His Son's birth to them. Have you ever been sleeping and all of a sudden someone shouts and turns on the light? It will cause you temporary blindness, a quickened heart rate, and the flight and fight mechanism will kick in. Could you imagine how the shepherds felt as they watched and protected their sheep, joking with each other, eating and drinking water or wine, heightened intensity, looking for dangers, pondering the night sky? Then all of a sudden, boom, right before them, a bright light appears. "Don't be afraid," they're told. "Yeah, right. I'm not going to be afraid." "Of course you'd be afraid." Well, right now, many people are living in depression, fear, and even hopelessness. But in the midst of this darkness, God's bright light still shines, hoping to dispel the darkness of your life. You may have had a family death, which is heightened at this time of the year. Or maybe it's been a relational breakdown, or a financial crisis, or anything else. But God's light and life of men wants to dispel that darkness from your life. The greatest quality of light is darkness can't overcome it. If you have a completely dark room and a pinhole appears, light will shine through and overcome the darkness. This is the first part of light. Your world may be dark because of pandemic, purpose, or position. But if you will allow a pinhole into your heart of light in the dark rooms where nobody sees, only you know, and God, and ask the light of the world to help, He will slowly begin to shine your light His light and life into your life, and step by step, He will dispel the distresses of the darkness like He did 2,700 years ago in Isaiah's generation, 2,000 years ago in Luke's generation, and today in our generation. All you have to do is simply ask Jesus for help. I hope this brings you encouragement today, and I hope you will join us in the next 12 days as we reflect on various aspects of the Christmas story. Have a blessed day.